Philadelphia, PA, in the Wachovia Center, where we've got NBA basketball coming up tonight. Inside, the Rockets making their way in just a little while ago. Dikembe Mutombo, the rest of the Rockets looking to keep good times rolling and keep this thing going in the right direction. It's still a long road uphill for the Rockets, but you got to start sooner or later. You got to start somewhere, and a 4-game winning streak would be a nice way to start. It is Rockets in Philadelphia, the one and only trip of the season into Philly. Knicks comes your way straight up top of the hour, 6 o'clock, right here on FSN. How's it going? I'm Kevin Eschenfelder. Welcome into the Toyota Rockets pregame show tonight. Rockets looking to keep the things headed in the right direction when they take on a Philly team that they have owned over the last few years. Rockets will be in search of their 7th straight win over Philadelphia, and if they can do that, they're going to extend that winning streak, as I said, to 4. We talk all about tonight's matchup. Plenty of previews coming up, but right now, let's head to Philadelphia as we join Matt Bullard courtside. Matt?
Thanks, Kevin. I am courtside, and it is going to be a great game here tonight. You mentioned that the Houston Rockets have owned the Sixers over the last 6 games. That's great news for the Rockets. Some more great news for the Rockets is they're coming in with a 3-game winning streak. So the Rockets are playing some better basketball. They're going to need to stay on a winning streak if they're going to make the playoffs this year. Speaking of playoffs, the Sixers are right in the middle of the Eastern Conference playoffs, 24-23, and the reason for that is Allen Iverson. Tonight's key matchup is Allen Iverson, and who in the heck for the Rockets is going to be able to stop this guy? Allen Iverson can penetrate with the best of them. He is the quickest player we have in the NBA, and he can pull up and shoot jump shots as well. And his players really feed off of him. Doesn't matter who you try to stop him. Even guys with long hair can't stop him. Allen Iverson can really get it done. But Allen Iverson missed 4 games with injured ankles. He came back last game, had 34 points, 9 assists. Chris Webber played great, had 26 points. So a couple big-time players for the Sixers. Can the Rockets stop them? Tracy and Yao will play tonight, so it should be a great game here in Philly.
You look back at last season, well, he's as good maybe as he has ever been. Well, since returning to the Rockets, they are 3-1. Yesterday, he was his 4th game since missing the 21 games with that toe injury. Rockets have only had both he and T-Mac in the lineup at the same time for 18 games this season. And the Rockets 12-6 in those games. The series between these two opponents pretty much split down the middle between the two teams, with each team winning 58 times. But you could say that Big Mo is on the side for the Rockets. They swept the season series in each of the last 3 seasons. Houston has won 6 straight against Philadelphia and 21 of the last 25 meetings all time between the two teams. One of the Toyota keys to the game, Andre Iguodala, guy that's going to compete in the slam dunk competition coming up in Houston next weekend, or the weekend after next. The guard from Arizona play, throw it down as well, and somebody definitely to keep an eye on tonight. Our Toyota keys this game. Welcome back to Toyota Rockets pregame show tonight. The Rockets looking for their 4th straight win, as they have history on their side this evening. Rockets have not lost to Philly since January of 2002. In that game, Allen Iverson went for 58 points. And speaking of Iverson, you know, this is a fan bonus tonight when you consider AI, C-Web, T-Mac, and Yao Ming all healthy and good to go tonight in Philadelphia. And for the story from the Wachovia Center, we join Bill Worrell and Matt Bullard. Guys, how are you?
Well, we're doing fine, Kevin, and I'm looking forward to tonight's game. A lot of athletic ability on display here tonight.
Oh, man, it's going to be a great game. You got Allen Iverson, you got Tracy McGrady, Yao Ming's been playing great basketball, Andre Iguodala, a lot of great players in tonight's game.
Yesterday, the Rockets couldn't get Yao and Tracy playing at the same time, but they got them playing very well separately. I thought Yao had a big first quarter, and Tracy came on in the 3rd quarter, and together they were able to win the game.
Yeah, and the numbers prove that point. You see Tracy only had 4 points in the first half, and Yao didn't score at all in the second. But that's the thing, is when you got 2 great players like that, if they can play off each other, that really helps the team. But I think Jeff Van Gundy wants those guys to be able to play together at the same time.
Now, what about Yao Ming? He has been hurt. He missed 21 games, but he looks to me like he's playing just about as well as he did when he quit playing.
Yeah, you know, he's got the same numbers, 19 points and 9 rebounds in the last 4 games. that he had before he got hurt. And that's a testament to Yao to be able to come back from his injury in shape and ready to play. Now, he's only playing 27 minutes as compared to 33 minutes that he did before he got hurt, but still, very, very impressive, I think, for Yao to come back from his injury, for being out as long as he was and be in the kind of shape that he is.
Well, the difference tonight will be you have a much more athletic team. Allen Iverson drives the lane, so Yao might get in early foul trouble. He's going to have to be careful because Iverson is fearless.
Yeah, well, Allen Iverson is so quick. It doesn't matter who you have on him. He's going to get by that guy, and then he's going to get to the second level of your defense. And if Yao comes over and picks up some early fouls trying to stop Allen Iverson, that's not going to be good for the Rockets. Now, Allen, it doesn't matter. He's 6 foot tall. It doesn't matter. He can raise up and shoot over anyone that's in front of him. He's that kind of a player. And then Andre Iguodala, he is so athletic. He can penetrate, but watch him fly. He is one of those guys who is so fun to watch. He can do more than dunk, though. He's a good shooter. He's shooting 52% on the year from the floor, but Andre Iguodala and Allen Iverson, the two AIs for Philly, they're going to be tough to stop.
Yeah, we're going to see Iguodala in Houston. He's going to be in the slam dunk competition. A lot of people here in Philly think he can win it.
Yeah, he's a great dunker, and actually they say that he's a better dunker in games than he is in practice.
So that'll be exciting to watch for tonight. Kevin, the Rockets, for the most part, have owned the Sixers over the last several seasons, winning 6 in a row. Can they keep it going tonight? Because Weber's been playing awfully well, too.
Welcome back to the Rockets Toyota pregame show. It is Houston and the 76ers meeting for the first time this season. A chance to see, of course, two of the best scorers in the league go at it tonight. AI averaging about 33 points a night, while T-Mac scoring better than 26 points a game. But on tonight's feature story, we're going to take a closer look at a guy who's not worried about any kind of numbers like that. He's just trying to find his way in the NBA. A closer look at Chuck Hayes is tonight's feature story.
Man, I ain't even that big, man. I just been here for like 2 weeks. They like, who are you? My older cousin, I knew if I can beat him one day, I can beat anybody. So that's how I got into basketball. And it's important to me right now because, right now I'm living a dream. Playing for the Houston Rockets, coming here to talk to you guys, this is all a dream. To be honest with you guys, about 3 weeks ago, I was in New Mexico. Now I'm here playing in the Toyota Center, so I'm just living a dream. It's been going by fast, but also slow. It's going by fast because so many things have been hit at me at one time. But it's going by slow because, like I said, I'm living a dream and I'm enjoying every minute of it. But I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now. My father, he the one that really pushed me to this basketball deal. He always told me that you only get into it whatever you put into it. It started to settle in this summer. This summer I just worked hard, and if it wasn't for my father, who knows where I'll be.
What has been your favorite moment so far in the NBA?
When Coach Van Gundy told me to check in the game, I was so nervous because he called my name. Matter of fact, he called it twice because I didn't believe he called it the first time. But he called my name. He told me to go check in for Jawan. So I'm running to the storage table, and I'm about to get ready to check in, and I was really nervous. And the second moment, when I was going to Shaquille O'Neal, the guy's big, he's huge. And I grew up watching Shaq, been a fan of his my whole career, and basically my whole life. So when I was out there on the court against Shaq, playing against him, that was pretty neat. I'm the oldest of 4, so I've been around kids my whole life. Me coming out here just interacting with them is kind of second nature. All right, look, listen. The main thing, you guys just have fun, okay? Right now, you guys are gonna go this way. But getting these kids to do layups it's challenging, but it's fun. It's fun, but our practices are pretty intense. There you go, take your time. Hold on, try it again. Go ahead, try it again. Go, try it again. Take your time. There you go. Oh, good job. Oh, you might need your shoes. What's up, little man? Hey, buddy. Look at the ball. Look. To the ball. To the ball. To the ball. Look at the ball. Look at the ball. Don't get scared. What you getting scared for? What you getting scared for? For these kids kids to see your face up close after they've seen it on TV, it means a lot to them. It feels good. I feel stable. I feel like I'm welcome. The city of Houston is really, accepting me. And I had doubt. I was here about a month ago, and unfortunately my ankle wasn't up 100%. So I just wanted to bring some energy and some hustle. When I got here, Coach Van Gundy told me to defend and rebound. So that's what I have to do in order to keep my job. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, good job. Good shot.
All right, the Rockets, just some final preparations before heading. And T-Mac's not taking it real serious. Yao Ming told a joke. Maybe. David Wesley and Tracy McGrady thought it was funny. Heading out onto the floor, the Wachovia Center. They take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Tip-off's coming up. Hey, Allen Iverson may not be looking forward to this one tonight. Why? Because a guy that goes for about 30 a night, only averaging 16 points per game against the Rockets in the last 5 against Houston. Maybe that is your key stat tonight when you take into consideration that the Rockets have won 6 in a row in the season series with the Philadelphia 76ers. Playing game number 48 of the season when they take on Philly. 3 straight wins obviously means the ball club is playing better basketball, and they will need to continue that after tonight's game against Philly. Rockets coming home for 3 straight at the Toyota Center. I'm not sure if that's good news or bad news. The Lakers, Jazz, and Knicks will all be coming to town. And just a little while ago, Bill caught up with head coach Jeff Van Gundy.
Thank you, Kevin. And Jeff Van Gundy standing by with me here tonight before the Philadelphia game. It's about the midseason mark. And congratulations on having the same starting 5 for 4 games in a row. That right there is a victory.
It is. It's nice to have a little continuity and know the 5 you're putting out there is going to go again the next night. And unless we take an injury in the next 30 minutes, they'll be out there again tonight.
Jeff, has it changed your coaching? I know you've said time and time again that you win with the same things in this league night in and night out. But with all of the different personnel, does that change anything at all, the way you coach?
Well, you have to try to sometimes enhance other parts of your game. When McGrady and Yao were out at the same time, we had to go to more of a pick-and-roll game with Rafer and Jawan. And while we didn't, it's hard to win without a post-up game, those unique challenges gave us an opportunity to develop more of a pick-and-roll game. And so hopefully when Yao and Tracy came back, we can have some carryover, and I think we've had. So out of some unique difficulties, some good has happened.
Yeah, and I thought against the Knicks, Yao had a good first quarter. Tracy had a big third quarter, so you had your superstars helping you there in between.
Without question. I think sometimes we've got to work towards getting Yao and Tracy playing together well simultaneously. But that being said, if you have at least one going well, it really takes the burden off other guys to have to make plays. And I think our guys know where the ball is going to go through in half court. We're going to go through Tracy and Yao, 95% of the time, and have them one-on-one coverage go to work, and double coverage or man-and-a-half coverage, involve everybody else.
Well, have a good game and good health for the second half of the season.
Knock on wood, we sure hope so.
Jeff Van Gundy with us here tonight. Live from the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia, FSN Houston presents Houston Rockets basketball. Tonight, the Rockets taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Worrell. Good to have you with us here tonight as the Rockets conclude this short 2-game road trip. And they're finally putting something together now with Yao and Tracy in the lineup at the same time. The Rockets have won 3 games in a row, and they come into Philly having dominated the 76ers team over the last several seasons. They have won the last 6 games in a row. Now, you know yourself, Matt Bullard, it is hard to keep beating a team over and over and over again. Philly may be ready tonight.
Well, I remember when I used to come here to Philly and play, we'd never beat them. So now that the Rockets have a 6-game win streak, I'm pretty excited.
Well, Tracy McGrady's excited. He's just ready to get another game tonight. He didn't think he played very well in New York, and yet the Rockets won yesterday, but he played 40 minutes yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, you see those numbers, 9 for 26 from the floor. Not very good for Tracy McGrady. He really struggled in the first half. Matter of fact, Spike Lee asked him, he said, hey, did you go out last night? And Tracy McGrady said, no. And finally got it going in the second half, started to get his jump shot working. But 23 points for Tracy McGrady is below his average. I expect Tracy to have a very big game tonight.
Allen Iverson is back. He missed a couple of games with sore ankles, and they lost both games. He came back with his 35 points against Cleveland, and they won again. Maybe as tough a player pound for pound as there is in the league.
No question. He's very, very quick. Look at how far off Eric Snow is trying to guard Allen, and he still gets by him. Allen Iverson is so quick and yet so tough, and he can raise up and shoot jump shots over anyone. Allen Iverson is one of those guys that doesn't matter who you have guarding him, he's going to get the job done. So it's going to take a team effort. You cannot stay in front of him. You're going to have to work on your weak side help. You're going to have your second line of defense really make some stops. The Toyota Power Team keys to the game are go to Yao early and often. Got to get Yao established inside. Philly is too small to guard him. So then they're going to start double teaming Yao, and then you need to hit a three. The Rockets are only 25% in the last 4 games, and then keep that mo going, a 4-game winning streak.
We should have a treat for you here tonight as we have some great athletes in action with T-Mac and Yao going against Chris Webber, Allen Iverson. We'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment on FSN Houston. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to Philadelphia, the Wachovia Center, as we have the Rockets at 18-29 against the Philadelphia 76ers at 24-23, second in the Atlantic, about a game behind New Jersey. Let's check tonight's Southwest Airlines starting lineups. And for the Houston Rockets, Tracy McGrady, Juwan Howard, Yao Ming, David Wesley, and Rafer Alston. For the Philadelphia Sixers, Chris Webber, John Salmons, Samuel D'Alembert, Andre Iguodala, and Allen Iverson. That's your starting 5 for Maurice Cheeks. So we're just about set to go with AI, Allen Iverson, into action for the 76ers. He missed 2 of the last 3 games. They lost the 2 he missed, but they won his last game, and he's ready to go tonight against T-Mac and the Rockets next. Welcome back again to the Wachovia Center in Philadelphia. NBA action tonight. The Houston Rockets against the Philadelphia 76ers. The Rockets trying to win their 4th game in a row and their 7th in a row over Philadelphia. Philadelphia's playing well, however, only a game out in the Atlantic behind New Jersey, led by Mo Cheeks, who was a star player here for 11 seasons of his 15 years. He was the starting point guard for the Philadelphia Sixers, won a championship in 82-83 with Moses Malone, Dr. J. That was a great Philadelphia team. Went on to coach 1 year at Quad City. Then he was an assistant for Larry Brown and Johnny Davis and John Lucas here in Philadelphia before going to Portland for 3 seasons and becoming the head coach there with the Trailblazers and then moving back here as the head coach of Philadelphia. So his roots are here, and he is a very popular figure in this community. Jeff Van Gundy, as he told me before tonight's game, he feels like he's got a little more continuity now. He has a little better feel for the team. He's been able to get his 2 star players on the court at the same time, and this will be the 4th night in a row that he's been able to have the same starting 5 in the lineup. And he's going to get Derek Anderson back on Wednesday night. That's good news in Houston. So slowly but surely now, Matt, this team's starting to come back together.
It's got to be a great feeling for Van Gundy to know that he's got most of his major guns back, and you talked about Derek Anderson being back, and I think, the Rockets have not been shooting the basketball from the three-point line well in the last 4 games, only 25%, and Derek Anderson is one of those guys who can really help in that department.
And another good thing Jeff brought up, with all of the injuries, he had to go to some different schemes. He had to do the pick and roll a little bit more. He had to use Juwan Howard more in the offense so that now that the superstars are back, at least he's got other things he can go to and feel comfortable about.
And that's the good news, because he does have some other parts of his game that he's been able to work on. But the bad news is the Rockets are 18-29 because of all those injuries, and they have a huge hole to come back and get in the playoff picture. But the Rockets have won 4 straight. That's how you got to do it. You've got to get a winning streak going, and tonight's another night.
Yeah, you were pointing out to me yesterday, what do they just about have to do? Win 2 of their next 3, win that many games, about 2/3 of their remaining games.
If you win 2/3 of the remaining games, the Rockets would have 43 wins, which would put them a little bit over 500. Is that enough to make the playoffs in the Western Conference? I don't know, but that's a pretty good goal to have.
That's a big, it's a good goal to have, but it's a steep hill to climb. Allen Iverson will start it out now. He's number 2 in the NBA in scoring behind Kobe Bryant. He's He's won that scoring championship 4 times. Samuel Dallenberg, my goodness gracious, with all of that talent on the team shooting-wise, he takes one from 18 feet.
How about that play to start the game?
Yeah.
Give the ball to Dallenberg and clear out and let him go one-on-one against Yao.
Maybe he thought that's the only shot he's going to get. And a baby teardrop by Rafer Alston.
And that's Rafer's game. Taking it into the lane, penetrating, and that time the defense did not come to him, so he just launched that little shot. But if he can get in there and draw some defense, he can create some easy shots for Yao.
AI, Allen Iverson going inside to Dallenberg. Will shoot it over Yao Ming. Yao will be threatened to block that shot, and there it is. Weber wasn't sure about the shot clock, tried to rush it up and lost the ball. Yao Ming on top, backdoor to McGrady. McGrady steps back, over to Yao for the layup, and he got it. Beautiful action between the 2 superstars.
Remember last game, Tracy had a great second half, Yao had a great first half. Let's see if they can put themselves together in tonight's game for an entire game.
Iguodala, you got to watch him. He can fly. There's a steal by Yao Ming in the open court. Nice pass to Wesley. Reversal, missed it. Dallenberg leads the NBA in block shots, over 3 a game, so they'll be looking for him, and Iguodala flies in for 2.
That's the difference between David Wesley and Andre Iguodala. Wesley misses the reverse layup, and Iguodala makes sure he makes his.
Yeah, he wasn't going to miss that. It was like throwing something into the garbage can.
Like playing Nerf hoops on the back of the door.
That's still difficult for me. There's Yao with a good turnaround for 2.
I like to see that. Let's establish Yao inside early because Dallenberg cannot guard Yao, and then if they have to come double team him, that opens up jump shots for the rest of the Rockets team.
Yao hit 7 of his first 8 shots yesterday in New York. Then he went cold. He was 7 of 10 at the half. There's a block by Alston on Allen Iverson. Alston over to Wesley now. Wesley squares up, fires, misses.
Rafer's gotten off to a great start. He's got a block shot and a steal and running the fast break pretty well for the Rockets.
Iverson could pull up from the outside, and he misses the shot. Shot clock won't be a problem for Philly tonight. They score 100 points a game. Boy, you want to give that to him? How does he get that open?
Well, and that's the Sixers' problem is they score 100 points a game, but they are 27th in the league in defense. Yeah. So the Rockets can really take advantage of the poor defense from the Sixers.
Yeah, they give up 100 a game. C-Webb from the outside, and Chris Webber has found happiness here in Philly after last season, playing on that bad leg.
And playing for Jim O'Brien. He was quoted in the paper saying last season for him was like the timeout that he called at Michigan times 50.
Wow. Howard in and out, won't go. Dallenberg with a rebound.
Remember that timeout that he called in the NCAA tournament?
Who can forget it?
And they did not have any timeouts left, and he said that last year was 50 times worse than that.
Dallenberg takes it in, and a foul is called inside on Tracy McGrady.
Look at T-Mac. He still can't believe it. Watch Dallenberg as he goes in off the pass, and T-Mac reaches in and, he fouled him right on the basketball there, Bill.
That was all ball.
One more time. Take a look. All ball right here from T-Mac. And the official just missed it.
The foul was missed by Bennett Salvatore. He's joined by Jason Phillips and Leroy Richardson. That's about as good a strip as you'll see of the entire game tonight.
Yeah. So Bennett's trying to tell Jeff Van Gundy that the hand is part. If you get fouled on the hand, of course Bennett doesn't have benefit of the replay here, and we saw that there was no hand involved. It was all basketball.
Yeah. Well, Bennett didn't see that. He could have worked with that officiating crew in the Super Bowl yesterday.
Didn't take you long, did it?
That was the worst refereed game I've ever seen of a football game. Oh, my goodness. Bet the fans in Seattle aren't too happy either.
No. Pretty good game, though. Entertaining.
In the second half. David Wesley has been playing well. David had 19 points yesterday in New York. And he was big from the free throw line. He missed a couple he said he shouldn't miss.
But down the stretch, he was 50% there in the last 6 free throws. And David fouls Allen Iverson with his forehead.
Nice elbow by Iverson, and David's head is called for the foul.
That's the worst feeling when you're a defender. You stick your nose in there and you foul the shooter on the elbow with your nose.
Matt, we talk about it so much with Allen Iverson. Year in and year out, he's right at the top of the league. If he's not winning a championship, winning a scoring championship. But look at the free throws attempted per game. That's because he drives the lane so much. And at 5 foot, what is he, 5'10"?
Well, they claim he's 6 foot, but he's not. He's about 5'10", 5'11".
160?
160. You don't really, 6 foot tall is pretty tall in regular life, but on the NBA court, he is tiny.
But it doesn't stop him. He continually drives to the bucket. He puts a tremendous amount of pressure on your interior defense. Philadelphia with a press. Rafer Alston hits a three from the outside, so Rafer off to a great start here tonight after a 2-for-7 game yesterday.
And those threes, we need to knock down those threes. That really opens up the court for the rest of the players, for the guys who can penetrate.
And Iverson with a miss. John Salmons really with a desperation pass to Iverson. Salmons has moved into the starting lineup in place of Kyle Korver, who comes off the bench now.
Salmons has really benefited as T-Mac throws it away. He was looking for Juwan to roll, but looked like Juwan's defender was holding him, not letting him roll to the basket.
That's always a good defense if you can get away with it.
That's a veteran move there. But John Salmons has really played well in the starting lineup, and the Sixers need some scoring punch off their bench. They lead the league in starter scoring, but are last in the league in scoring off the bench, so I'm hoping that Kyle Korver can give them some scoring punch off the bench.
Andre Iguodala. Well, this young guy, every game is getting better and better, isn't he?
Well, he's going to be in the dunk contest in Houston, and he can do that, but the rest of his game is equally as good. He can score from all over the court.
Yao Ming with a great fake, got a step, and did not have to rush it, but he did, and D'Alembert with impressive defensive credentials all the way to the basket and a miss, and did Yao tip that in?
No, Chris Webber tipped it in. Yao was trying to get back on D, but just a step slow on that one.
Rockets up by a point. 6.5 minutes left to play in the first period. Double team on McGrady. He sees that everywhere he goes. Leaves Rafer Alston open. Misses on the three. Iguodala throws it away. Yesterday, the Rockets had only 9 turnovers, and they got some critical turnovers on the Knicks late in the game, and they've been doing that better as a team here lately.
Yeah, they had 22 assists, so that's a great assist-to-turnover ratio for the Rockets.
Brady gets it right back, and he's wide open. How about that return pass?
How about Tracy McGrady being wide open? That doesn't happen too often for him.
Well, Mo Cheeks doesn't like the way this is going in the early moments, so he calls a timeout. 5:49 left to play in the first period. Rockets 15, Sixers 12 on FSN Houston. .549 left to play in the first quarter. The Rockets leading it by 3. And let's take a look at tonight's McDonald's League leaders. These are players 6 feet and under. Allen Iverson and Calvin Murphy, right there, number 2.
Yeah, that's
and he was tough as a boot.
Yep, those 2 guys right there, as tough as they come, and you have to be a very, very tough player to play in this league at under 6 feet tall.
Calvin got inside that lane. He didn't always drive all the way to the bucket.
Stop and pop, Bill.
Yes, indeed. He had the best I ever saw, and he'd get inside that free throw line and shoot that little baby jumper.
That takes so much touch to be able to dribble in and pull up off a dead run and make that jump shot.
Salmons with a turnaround. This is his 12th start of the season. They like his versatility. He's 6'7". McGrady raises up for 3 short. Salmons in the open court. They like the way that he gives them another ball handler to have in there. Korver doesn't handle the ball. He's a 3-point shooter. Iverson got it in too deep.
Well, see, Allen Iverson, if you force him to bring the ball up and then create shots for himself, it's just too much. If you can have someone else bring the ball up and then give it to Allen, it takes a lot of pressure off of him.
Well, I was going to say that was the first lead of the game for the Sixers. But it goes right back to a Rockets lead.
Juwan Howard doing a little laundry there with that jump shot.
Weber with a fake on Howard, two ex-teammates at Michigan, and he gets the basket. Well, Weber's having a great season, isn't he?
Yeah, he really relies on Allen Iverson. When Allen was out for the 4 games, Weber only shot 34%. But when Allen came back last game, then Weber went 12 for 19.
Oh, Yao was not looking for the basketball then. Iverson going to the hoop, missed the layup. D'Alembert has it stripped, and Tracy McGrady comes out of there with it. Wesley checks the line, gets behind it, shoots the 3 and misses.
One of the toughest three-point shots you'll make is the one you got extra time on.
Well, again, Iverson attacking the basket because Yao is really laboring right now, trying to get back. And the pace has picked up a little too fast for him. Yao still trying to get himself in shape.
Look at T-Mac's grabbing his shorts, and Yao's doing the same. You watch Allen Iverson just put on a burst of speed and take it to the middle.
See, Yao was late getting back then. Foul was called. Iverson will shoot.
Well, the thing about Iverson is he doesn't care who's back. He's still going to take it to the basket. He's going to draw some contact and go to the free throw line. But you see Yao checks out with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left, and Swift will play the center for the Rockets. But Allen Iverson doesn't care if you're 6'6" or 7'6". He's going to take it in there and give you a shot.
D'Alembert knocks it out of bounds. Stromile Swift coming off of what I personally thought was his best game of the season. Now, he scored more points, but he did a lot of nice things down the stretch yesterday in that mixed win. Inside, and Rafer Alston could not get that ball to go. When you attack D'Alembert, you better be sure you're going to shoot it. There's Iverson with a miss, and McGrady with a rebound.
Allen's looking for the foul. There was a lot of contact there, but he was the one who created it, so no whistle from the officials.
Iverson has already taken 6 shots. He's made only 1. Swift is fouled. He'll go to the line. And D'Alembert is called for the foul.
It looked like it was all ball there, too, but remember, D'Alembert got to the free throw line earlier in the first quarter with that same call, so now Stromile will be shooting 2.
First free throws of the game for the Houston Rockets. Already Philadelphia 5 of 6. Stromile was 6 of 6 from the line yesterday. And you see he had 10 points in that fourth quarter, and that was big. Rockets won by only 4 points.
Stromile shoots 53% from the floor in the fourth quarter. Juwan Howard is also great in the fourth quarter, 53%. And Tracy McGrady also shoots his highest percentage in the fourth quarter, 45%. So when you got 3 of your main guys shooting their best percentage in the fourth quarter, that's a great recipe for wins.
Michael Bradley checks into the game out of Villanova. And Weber will take a breather. So Stromile gets 1 out of 2. Well, he made 7 in a row before the miss. Going back to yesterday. And the turnaround is good for Salmon. Salmon's got a little size on Wesley at 6'7".
Yeah, and he's not trying to back David down. He's just turning and shooting over him.
So now Jeff Van Gundy will call a timeout with 3:18 left to play in the first period, and the Sixers have the lead. $21-18. Philadelphia with the lead, plus hot dogs, sodas, 2 kids' prizes as low as $69. For tickets, call 713. What's going on out there, Matt?
Well, the Rockets turn it over, and Allen Iverson gets a dunk on the other end. Could be the year of the injury for the Rockets instead of the year of the dog, huh?
Yeah, the dog bit him.
Rockets got to get something going here on this possession. Philadelphia's gone on a nice run.
Well, again, Swift will go back to the free throw line. Great pass. So Stromile Swift back to the line. Stroh was out, missed those games with the conjunctivitis in the eyes.
I thought you were just going to go with regular pink eye.
Well, that's probably easier for everybody to understand.
It's easier for me to say. Watch this pass from T-Mac. He sees the lane right there for the ball to go through and just forces it right in. Good job by Stromile to have his hands ready to catch that one.
Well, Stroh's not on today. tonight. He was on yesterday from the line. He's having a little trouble zeroing in so far. 1 for 4 already in this game from the free throw line.
I think maybe that pink eye is affecting the shooting eye a little bit.
Well, I would hope not. He's supposed to be over it. Salmons gets a pick from Randolph, and he'll shoot it up. Boy, he's hot tonight, isn't he, John Salmons? 6 points.
3 for 4 from the field.
Salmons, pretty good shooter, 43%. Nice pass inside for 2. And again, Tracy, patient to take the double team when he gets the ball and pass it out of the double team. Iguodala across the line. He's picked up by T-Mac. And Salmons now picked up by Luther Head, who is in the game. Iverson shoots it over Howard, misses. And the rebound to Stromile Swift. 5-point lead.
Pretty good defense by Randolph that time on the pick and roll.
Well, Juwan Howard finally got a shot off, and the rebound goes to Bradley. Bradley's a pretty good shooter for a big man. You have to come out on him. Now on the pick and roll, Bradley goes inside. Nice pickup by Juwan. Bradley with a rattle, and it goes.
Bradley's in the game for Chris Webber. Chris Webber is 15th in the league in minutes per game, so Bradley doesn't get much time on the court. He's trying to take advantage of it tonight.
Rafer Alston gets the whistle and the basket.
Rafer looks pretty feisty tonight.
Yeah, he does. He's got an extra gear.
Yeah, he's really pushing the basketball, and then on this pick and roll, he takes it in, and a little contact right here from Bradley, and it could have been a continuation. If that would have been T-Mac, perhaps they would have called continuation, but Rafer looks pretty good tonight.
Chuck Hayes is in the game now for Houston. He did not play yesterday in New York because I think Swift was playing so well. Jeff Van Gundy wanted to stay with him. Well, they didn't allow that, so the Rockets get it in. Nice pass inside, and 3 seconds is called on Houston.
The dreaded 3-second call.
Once a game, whether you like it or not. So they want to stop that ball now as they stop Salmons. Iguodala taking it inside. Bradley misses, and Swift with the rebound. 27-20. The Rockets have been stuck on 20 for a while now. Almost a turnover by Iguodala with the steal, and T-Mac struggling to get a shot off. Now they get a good look with Alston, and he just beat the shot clock buzzer. Iguodala in the open court. And a steal by Swift. Good hustle back by Stroh. And McGrady will have 9 seconds to work his magic. He with a jumper, and there was no whistle. Boy, it looked like he was fouled on that play. You can't tell me they're going to block his shot. So the Rockets get stuck on 20 and finish out the quarter. 1 field goal in the last 5 minutes for Houston. (27-20) in the first quarter. The Sixers win it. Rafer Alston in the game with Chuck Hayes, T-Mac, Luther Head, and Stromile Swift. Coming off that pick is McGrady. And a late whistle. And a foul is called on Iguodala. And now Iguodala's laughing, and I don't blame him. He fouled McGrady on the shot at the end of the quarter, but I don't think he fouled him then. And is that what you call a makeup?
I don't know. Let's ask Bennett. He's standing right in front of us. T-Mac, he did get fouled on the last shot of the quarter, and it wasn't called. And that one there, coming off the pick and roll, looked like he kind of kicked his leg out Reggie Miller style to draw the contact. And that's not supposed to be a foul. But, it's a very quick game, and officials are not going to get every call right. You just want them to be consistent.
The Rockets are consistently bad from the free throw line right now. 2 for 6 for 33%, and they've been going south from the free throw line. Yesterday they played well. Good steal by Rafer Alston. He almost double-dribbled. T-Mac trying to get it into Swift. Chuck Hayes tips it out to Luther Head. Rockets keep possession. 11 on the shot clock. T for a three, in and out.
In and out, too. And that was a good play by Rafer to get T-Mac an open shot.
Kyle Korver in the game, gives it up to Iverson. Iverson on the drive, creates body contact every time he goes in.
That's why it's so difficult to guard him. You've got to play off of him, and then he can make the jump shot. But when you try to play him head up like Luther Head did, he's gonna create the contact and then flail up there and get the call, and then still have the ability to get the shot off. Watch Allen Iverson creates the contact, and Luther's thinking to himself, how do I play defense? Well, you've got to get away from Allen Iverson. You can't let him get into your body.
Iverson in this game is attempting his 6th free throw already. The Rockets as a team have attempted only 6. And now Yao Ming will come in for Chuck Hayes. So it'll be Yao and Swift, along with T-Mac, Alston, and Luther Head. Dallenberg comes in for Bradley.
One shot! A lot of great names on that graphic. Allen Iverson, number 50 all-time in the NBA scoring. He's had a 10-year career all with the Philadelphia 76ers. And it's been a lot of fun to watch him grow up as a basketball player and grow up as a person off the court.
Yeah, that's really the one thing about him. And he has matured so much, and a lot of people said his little stint with Larry Brown helped that a lot. There's a miss by T-Mac, and Weber with the rebound. Biggest lead of the game now for the Sixers, 8 points.
T-Mac's been struggling from the floor, 2 for 7 so far tonight.
Struggled yesterday, too, and it goes like that for him occasionally. He'll go 2 or 3 games where he has a little trouble zeroing in, and then he'll get red hot.
Going back to that stat, talked about T-Mac only shoots 38% in the first period, shoots 45% in the fourth. So as T-Mac comes out to have a seat.
Yeah, T-Mac will come out. Ryan Bowen will come in. It's kind of like Jerry West used to be back in my day.
There's that stat that I'm talking about. You see in the fourth quarter, that's when he really comes alive, and he really struggles in the first. And I don't know why that is, but as he sits down, maybe he'll catch his second wind and come back out firing.
Weber turns and fires and hits. Well, Chris Weber going to be 33 years old this year. 13 years now in the NBA.
So the Rockets have gone cold, 3 for 14. And that adds up to 39% from the floor as the Sixers are shooting 55%.
Yao Ming taking it inside, and he draws the foul.
And that's a good way to get back on the scoring side there, is give the ball inside to Yao. And as Dallenberg tries to front him, Yao holds him off, and the weak side comes over and fouls him. Yao goes with the left hand. I'd like to see Yao go up stronger with that and try to dunk that ball. He knows he's going to get some contact, but he's already halfway to the rim. He might as well go ahead and try to flush it.
Weber picks up his first foul of the game. Yao Ming is shooting 83% on the season from the free throw line, and Iverson checks out of the game.
All the more reason to give the ball to Yao inside, because if he gets fouled, he's going to make his free throws.
Well, the Rockets started out, Matt, 6 of 9 from the field, but they're 3 for their last 14, so they've gone ice cold. Either that or the Sixer defense has picked up considerably.
The Rockets defense needs to pick up right here. The Philly is really scoring a lot of points, and the Rockets have got to keep this game close now. They can't let it get out of hand here in the second quarter already.
Salmons has had a hot hand, goes back to Weber, hasn't missed tonight. Korver's a good outside shooter, and he misses the shot. Good inside position by Rafer Alston. Miles Swift on the drive and the slam.
That's the way you take the ball to the basket. Miles Swift, if he gets within 10 feet of the hoop, he's going to try to dunk everything, and that's the way I like it.
31-25.
If I could do it, I'd do it too, Bill. But I can't.
I understand. I know all too well. Weber. One. Has he missed? The answer to that is no.
5 for 5, 10 points, and 5 rebounds.
Of course, Weber very familiar with the Rockets. When he was at Sacramento, they used to play 4 times a year. Luther head back to Stromile Swift. Korver tries to cover him up. Swift got in a crowd, nowhere to go. Never leave your feet. Oh, Yao with a great defensive play. Rafer Alston on the drive and knocked out of bounds by Phillips. Now, I don't think Philadelphia knocked it out of bounds, but we're not going to give it back to Philadelphia. We have a timeout on the court. Philadelphia with the lead. A lot of Rockets fans in the crowd and a lot of T-Mac and Yao Ming jerseys. You saw that little Chinese fan a moment ago, and he voted in record numbers. There he is sitting there with Yao Ming's jersey on, and Yao Ming, of course, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game in Houston coming up in several weeks. He is as popular as everywhere we go. People yell, "There's Yao," and popular worldwide, and there is Yao. Yeah. You know, though, Matt, he's such a good guy, and he set the record for votes this year, and millions watch him worldwide. In fact, his games come on in China early in the morning over there, and we are in China tomorrow morning.
Yeah. This game is broadcast in China as Ryan Bowen makes a great defensive play, and a lot of pressure on Yao Ming. The entire country loves their hometown boy, and what is that, about 2 billion people cheering for him?
Well, he's from Shanghai, but they love him as much in Beijing. He's really something, and there he is. He lays it in for 2. You know, Ryan Bowen did something smart. Just get it up there, because Yao had inside position.
How about Ryan Bowen checking in the game? He's not even loose yet. Hasn't even broken a sweat, and he's playing 100 miles an hour. I just love that about Ryan.
Yeah. Weber to Kevin Ollie with a miss, and tipped out of bounds by Dallas.
Hey, if you're sitting in the front row, you better hold on to your drink. That guy's wearing his beer. Those are expensive seats, and that's an expensive suit right there.
Well, you know, if he's sitting in that seat, it's not a wash and wear. And Wesley lost the ball, so Iverson put a little heat on David. Forced the turnover.
Let's watch this ball go out of bounds. Watch. Whoop, there it goes right there.
I thought he did a pretty good job.
Yeah. He must have been watching those commercials on the Super Bowl last night.
Iverson draws the foul, and he'll get 2 free throws.
Allen Iverson jumps so high when he gets in the lane. I mean, he has to be able to get off a shot. But watch how high he gets up in the air, and then David kind of cuts underneath him. Look at how high he is. And that is unbelievable for a guy like Allen Iverson, who's been playing for 10 years. He's played so many minutes in this league to still have lively legs like that. And then, of course, I'm talking great about him, and he blows the free throw.
Well, he's 30 years old. He's played 10 years already in the league. How much more of that can he take? I keep saying that every year. He just keeps getting better. He's a 79% free throw shooter.
Shaq calls him the toughest player in the league, and that's coming from the biggest player in the league.
Mm-hmm. Well, he missed both free throws, and Swift lost the rebound.
Ryan Bowen
gets it outside. John Salmon's played a good game so far, guarded by Head. Coming out on Iverson now. Rafer. Weber is open. Weber finally misses a shot. Rafer Alston right down to Stromile Swift. Nice little fake. Threw up a wild shot, and Yao Ming falling down tried to make it and could not. The Rockets aren't getting any calls at the other end. Korver, and he misses, and Swift with the rebound. You hear Jeff Van Gundy standing in front of me yelling, "Run!"
He's telling Yao to get down there, because if he can get to the box, he can get the ball before the defense is set.
They swing it around to Alston for a 3, his second of the game. 6.5 minutes left to play now, and the Rockets have gone back to within 3 points. Salmons in and out, and look at Ryan Bowen. Alley-oop to Stromae Swift. Alston dribbled it off his ankle, and a loose ball foul on Alston.
Oh, that's too bad. Rafer, he goes and grabs the ball, kisses it, and said, come on, what happened there? He had a chance to go up and get an easy layup, and he just tried to shoot the layup before he had the ball. See, he tries to grab it, and he just lost it right there. That's too bad.
Timeout on the court. 33-30 Philly.
Well, the Rockets have gotten back within 3 points, and some of the reason for that is knocking down some three-point shots. Yao has the ball in the post right here. Look at all of these defenders for Philadelphia in the lane, waiting for Yao to put the ball on the floor. Go ahead and run it. As soon as Yao puts it on the floor, here comes Allen Iverson. Stop right there. There's a double team. Now we got two rotators, and the open shot's going to come in the corner. Go ahead and run it. The rotator is going to be too late. Salmons cannot get to Rafer, and Rafer knocks down the three. Count it. That's the beauty of the double team.
Weber finally now has missed back-to-back buckets after hitting his first 5 in a row. Rockets on a 9-2 run. Luther Head's got Yao down on the post. Yao takes it inside, and he's fouled by Kyle Korver, who came over on the double team. Now, it's kind of interesting. Dallin Bear is saying, let him go. I can guard him one-on-one, but I don't think so.
Dallin Bear, are you dreaming? Yao demands the double team, and what the Sixers are doing, they're coming when he puts the ball on the floor. Dallin Bear is a great shot blocker. He can really jump, so Yao has got to make a move. He can't just try to shoot it over Dallin Bear, but as soon as he tries to make his move, that's when the Sixers are coming.
I think Yao has really done a much better job this season. Once he gets dominant down on the post, he can really use his body to his advantage. He didn't have that his first couple of years in the league.
Yeah, he really learned how to position himself.
Steal by Rafer. Rafer in the open court to Luther Head. Luther takes it inside. Trying to draw the charge was Korver. Great play by Luther Head. And the Rockets have regained the lead. An 11-2 run by Houston.
They call a technical on someone on the Rockets bench. Oh, David Wesley. The official was all the way on the other side of the court.
I don't know how in the world. Well, you saw David Wesley saying, you guys are awful. He's getting in his. But how in the world can the referee hear from all the way on the other side of the court?
The official was discussing with Jeff Van Gundy the last play. Luther Head took the ball in, and Kyle Korver tried to take the charge. Well, the official said that Korver was inside the lane, inside the arc, so that it could not have been a charge. But I guess what David Wesley was saying is it's supposed to be a block, and so it should be shooting an and one.
Oh, Weber with a little travel all over the place. He's stripped by Luther Head. The Rockets doing a great job of that tonight. Rafer Alston will fire a three, and that's 3 threes by Rafer Alston here in the first half to go along with 4 steals, and that ties his season high. So Rafer Alston having a big game here tonight. Iverson, and an offensive foul is called on Dallin Bear.
Dallin Bear trying to set the pick and then roll, and Rafer is trying to go behind Dallin Bear. Rafer's playing a great basketball game tonight. He really has an extra skip in his step, so to speak, for Skip to Malou. With the 4 steals and then shooting the 3 ball the way he is.
He hasn't come out yet, has he?
Well, if he's playing like that, you better leave him in. Play him until he can't breathe anymore.
So that's 3 straight turnovers by the Sixers. The Rockets have been able to convert. Now to Yao Ming. He'll work on Dallin Bear. Turns, fires, and it just kisses across the iron. And Iverson will bring it up with 4:15 and counting left to play. Iverson over Yao Ming. Boy, Yao did a good job of coming out then.
Yao really affected that shot. I don't think Allen was expecting that.
Luther Head missed it. Rockets are really trying to get the early shot tonight. Salmons. Iguodala cannot handle it. That's 4 turnovers in the last 5 possessions.
And Ryan Bowen got his hand on that ball to make it go out of bounds. I really like the way the Rockets have picked up the tempo here. They're really trying to push the fast break. See the turnovers. The Rockets have been taking care of the basketball as well, which is always a good sign.
37-34, Rockets with the lead. Under 4 minutes left to play in the quarter. Yao wants the basketball. He's got it. This time he's got Weber on him. Nice pass. Back outside to Rafer Alston. Off the front of the iron. The rebound, D'Alembert.
Rafer not quite as open as he thought he was on that shot.
Weber is fouled by Strohmeyer-Swift before the shot.
See, Strohmeyer got caught on the wrong side there, and Weber just sealed him. Yao Ming was guarding the passer, but he was about 10 feet off the passer, so D'Alembert had an easy look to get that ball into Weber.
That's the 14th foul on the Rockets, 3 team fouls on Philly. So Swift will come out of the game. Juwan Howard back in. Iverson with the jumper, got it.
When you're guarding Allen Iverson, you can't get too down when he makes jump shots like that. Averaging 33 points a game, you know he's going to get some shots.
Yao, point blank range, and he missed the hook shot. Whoa, man.
I'd like to see Yao just dunk that one. When he's that deep, he needs to try to dunk everything.
Weber misses. Iguodala with a rebound. Rafer Alston giving up ground to Iverson. Best way to play him, make him go over the top. And Jeff Van Gundy walks a timeout. 2:41 left to play in the second quarter. The Rockets are ahead by a point on FSN Houston. Houston Rockets outscoring Philly 17-9 in this quarter. Well, the Rockets bust to Philadelphia from New York yesterday. Took about 2 hours. They figured by the time they went to the airport, got on a plane, and flew about 30 minutes to Philly, they could just bus over. And Yao Ming with a great move down the baseline, and the foul. Now, there's no way Chris Webber can guard Yao Ming. Chris is 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, and as Yao gets the ball, you see he just takes it to the basket, and not a whole lot of contact there. Chris Webber's thinking, hey, I'm just trying to let him go ahead and shoot, but Yao has got to make that shot. When he makes a tough move and gets that close to the basket, he's got to get those shots going. Now, Yao has been shooting 44% from the floor since he's been back. Normally, he's above 50%. Last year, he was among the league leaders in field goal percentage.
I think Yao almost looks intimidated, like he's going to get his shot blocked. There's really, that's going to happen very rarely, isn't it?
That's going to happen very rarely, and there's no shame in getting your shot blocked. I mean, in this league, especially like D'Alembert, he's a shot blocker. Dikembe Mutombo, a shot blocker. There's no shame in that.
Yao's having an 8-point quarter, however. He's a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line, and another turnover for the Sixers. They're turnover city here in the second quarter, and there's 13. A guy that very rarely ever turned it over, Mo Cheeks.
Sixers have 13 turnovers and 8 this quarter. Boy, Mo Cheeks is thinking to himself, hey, I need to put a uniform on and get back out there, teach these guys how to play.
Every year, he led the league in assists and steals. In fact, when he retired, he was the leader in steals in the NBA. Alston trying for 4 threes, and he hits it. Boy, Rafer Alston on fire with 14 points and 4 3-pointers.
4 for 7 from behind the arc for Rafer.
42-36 now. Biggest lead of the game for Houston. Taking it inside to Iguodala. Air ball. And it's knocked out of bounds by Yao Ming. Randolph now will check into the game. Shavlik Randolph from Duke. Signed as a free agent. Iverson tries to shoot it. Shoots it into the third row. Lost the ball.
And that's Rafer Alston playing the defense. Now, Rafer is really taking this challenge and saying, you know what, I'm guarding Allen on defense. Watch as Allen goes up and Rafer gets all basketball, a lot of arm, and then the ball goes off of Allen. But Rafer's taking this challenge, and he's getting it done on both ends of the court.
Alley-oop inside, and a miss by Tracy McGrady. He won't get an easier shot tonight, and he knows it.
Wow, T-Mac 2 for 8 now from the floor. He's thinking to himself, I must be snake bit out here.
Yeah, this is about the same numbers he had yesterday until he heated up in the third quarter in New York.
Well, I wonder if Spike Lee's in the front row over there. Going to ask him if he went out last night.
9 points and 9 turnovers in this quarter. Salmon's taking it back inside. Bradley with a miss, and Randolph missed a dunk. My goodness. Here's a young man who was one of the most highly recruited kids in the nation 3 years ago. Went to Duke and never really made it with the Blue Devils. Came out. McGrady back outside. Luther Head will pull the trigger on a 3 and miss. And Bradley with a rebound. Well, the only one making them is Rafer Alston. Bradley inside to Iguodala with a miss, and the rebound to Yao Ming. 31 seconds left to play in the first half. And Alston,
Rafer gave the ball to T-Mac, and T-Mac said, no, go ahead and let Yao get a shot.
Well, Yao fell down, so that's going to mess the play up a little bit. They'll go back to Juwan Howard. Didn't mess it up much. Juwan with the jumper. Well, nothing went right on that possession except the basket. 44-36 now. Rockets with an 8-point lead and a double team on Iverson. They're trying to get to him, can't do it. Down to 4 seconds, down to 3. Salmons back outside. Three-pointer will not go. So the Rockets go on a 23-5 run in the second quarter and take a 44-36 lead at halftime. Stay with us. Tonight's Lexus halftime report comes your way after the break. 44-36, the Rockets with the lead here at halftime, and Rafer Alston having his game of the season. 4 threes already for Rafer.
Yeah, Rafer got off to a great start this first half. Let's hope he can put a second half together with the first one, but he was doing it all, taking it inside, driving a little teardrop to start the game, and then his defense, I thought, was very impressive. 4 steals for Rafer. And look at him guarding Allen Iverson, taking on that challenge with the block shot, playing Allen one-on-one, and then on the other end, knocking down the threes. He's 4 for 7 from the three-point line, and his career high would be 5. So Rafer also has gotten off to a great start, running the fast break for the team. Really a good half for Rafer.
And a quarter that Philadelphia would just as soon forget. 9 points and 9 turnovers for the Sixers. The Rockets hope to keep it going in the third quarter, and we'll be back next on FSN Houston. Here are tonight's Bud Light first half stats, and for the Rockets shooting 40%, but Philly even worse. And look at that second quarter. They had 9 turnovers and only 9 points, the lowest number of points in a quarter for Philadelphia all season, Matt.
Yeah, and they shot the ball 3 for 17 in that quarter, so all around ugly quarter for the Sixers.
Hey, Matt, the Sixers are number 3 in the NBA in fewest turnovers, only 13 a game. As you take a look at the leading scorer.
And they're also number 3 in the NBA in points per game, 100 points a game, and they've only got 36 at half.
David Wesley opens up the third quarter with a 3.
David Wesley figures if he's going to spend $500 for a technical in the first half, he's going to come out and drain a 3 to start the second.
Biggest lead of the game now for the Houston Rockets. Weber trying to shoot it over Yao, and he does. Chris Webber, a bright spot. He has 12 points. Iverson with 11, and that's it for Philly.
Yeah, that's really the only bright spot for Philly is Webber, because Allen is 3 for 11 for his points.
And now, just like yesterday, McGrady hits his opening shot of the third quarter. Well, he had a big third quarter in New York yesterday. What do you have, 12 points in that third quarter by himself?
I think he had 14 in the third quarter. Actually, the last 2 games, he's had 14 points in the third quarter. So maybe halftime he drinks drinks a little energy drink and gets going in the second half.
Well, Iverson got the whistle. He'll shoot 2 more free throws.
Let's watch Allen out. Nice pump fake, and Rafer went for the pump fake, and then, not a lot of contact in there, but Allen just throws his body around and goes to the free throw line more than any player in the league. 11 times a game. He's already gone. How many times has he gone?
Well, he is 3 for 11 from the field. He's 6 of 9 now from the free throw line.
He goes 11 times a game to the free throw line, and there's 10 right there.
Austin will bring it up for the Rockets. The encouraging thing is that T-Mac and Yao really haven't shot the ball that well, and the Rockets still lead. Yao with a tough pass to Wesley. Wesley falls down. Holds on to the ball. Back to Yao. Yao from 15 feet off the back of the iron, and Austin gets the ball back. Fresh 24, but T-Mac doesn't need much, and he misses. Salmons comes outside. Got it in a little too deep.
Yeah, Salmons is very, very comfortable with his back to the basket. Anytime he's about 15 feet or in with his back to the basket, he's going to be tough to stop. Nice pass. Blocked. Dallenberg got a piece of that.
Iverson on the drive across the middle, back outside. Then they pass it down to, Dallenberg never got the handle on it. Down to Juwan. Good fake on Weber and puts it up and in. Great pass by T-Mac.
Juwan Howard said, how about the Fab 5 pump fake?
That was the Fab 5 -1. Weber hurried the shot, and Yao tipped it, but it's back to Weber. Weber puts it up and in. Yao just looks about a step too slow tonight, and of course this is a back-to-back for him, and he's still trying to get in shape.
We talked about how Yao is averaging 27 minutes a game since he's been back from his injury. He was playing 33 minutes a game before he got hurt.
Good fake by Yao, and the basket, and one. That time he took it to the basket with a vengeance.
He did, and that was a smart move because he knows that Samuel Dallenberg is a shot blocker, so he gives him a pump fake right there and then is able to take it in and draw the foul. That is a great move for Yao, and I like how strong he was to the basket to be able to get that ball to go in.
Yeah, that was an offensive move by Yao. That wasn't a defensive move. The last couple of times on Dallenberg, he's taken it in rather shyly.
Yes.
That time he was very aggressive with the move, and he's much bigger than Dallenberg. He ought to be able to go right through him. Weber's a great passer, but this time T-Mac knew about it. He's pushed out of bounds. Oh, come on. He was pushed out of bounds.
Oh, come on. The official says, no, he wasn't.
It was right in front of him.
Well, let's watch the replay and see.
Look at this. Watch this. There it is, right there.
Push. Well, the officials do not have benefit of instant replay.
Well, just regular look at it on these.
Rafer with another steal.
Isn't that beautiful by Rafer Austin? He is all over Iverson tonight. That 5 steals ties a career high for Rafer Austin. Yao again. This time he took it again with an offensive move. And Mo Cheeks has seen enough. So the Rockets, using defense at one end for steals, come back with Yao Ming on back-to-back buckets. And the Rockets are up with their biggest lead of the game. Hot dogs, sodas, 2 kids' prizes for as low as $69. For tickets, call 713-627-DUNK or log on to Rockets.com.
Do we know what kind of dog it is?
No, if you've never seen Red Panda, you're really missing her. She's great, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, she is.
And John Salmons turned it over. This is a team that has turned it over at an average of only 13 times a game.
And that's their 17th turnover. The Rockets have 18 points off of those turnovers.
T-Mac backdoor.
Make that 20 points off of those turnovers, and that was a wonderful pass. T-Mac, it looks like to me that the Sixers have just given up. After that last turnover, they just did not get back on defense.
Iverson puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Sixers with a fresh 24.
There's those points off turnovers.
Iverson again with another 3, and he misses, and Yao Ming clears it out to David Wesley. Alston's already down. Knocked out of bounds by Salmons. So Iverson really struggling. He's 3 of 13, and Tracy McGrady is 4 of 11.
Let's watch this alley-oop, and T-Mac just ran kind of a banana cut.
Wesley tries to throw it up, and the foul on Salmons. Salmons' first mistake was letting Wesley get inside of him. He had to foul him.
David, nice pump fake, and then he tries to get the ball up, but Salmons was all over his back, and those are the types of things when you're up in the air trying to block that shot. You don't want the ball handler to undercut you and hit the floor that hard.
David Wesley, an 80% free throw shooter this season, and in his career, 82%. And what a marvelous career David has had. And a great finish to the season for the Rockets. Probably playing in his 13th year, probably playing more minutes than they intended on playing him this deep into the season, but because of all of the injuries, he's had to play those minutes.
David Wesley is the only Rockets player to play in every game so far, and he's averaging 36 minutes a game.
Iverson to the basket for 2 and 1. Who touched him? Everybody's looking at the official. Who touched him?
Is so upset. Watch this. Allen Iverson makes a nice drive to the basket. The lane opens up, and they called the foul on Rafer Alston. Rafer wasn't okay. He touched him right there, and then Juwan touched him with his hand. That's what you call a superstar call. Now remember, Clyde said that he got some superstar calls when he played.
Leroy Richardson needs to enjoy this game a little more and watch it a little closer. That was more of a push out on McGrady than a touch on Iverson. Weber, another turnover. Wesley in the open court. Wesley shoots the jumper, and the rebound goes to the Sixers.
The Rockets have been fast breaking quite a bit tonight, but I think that shot there was a little bit too quick.
Well, I think Jeff Van Gundy wanted him to shoot the ball a little quicker in the offense now, and there's a holding foul on Juwan Howard. Weber got the inside position on him.
Well, the thing that you can pick up the tempo with your offense if your defense is strong, and the Rockets' defense tonight has been spectacular, forcing 18 turnovers. Not sure how many steals we have. At least 11 steals.
Iverson gets another whistle. Well, at this rate, he's going to get to the free throw line about 20 times tonight. But if the Rockets win, they won't care.
There's Allen again. Quick stutter step and not a lot of contact. But the officials will blow their whistle a lot for Iverson. He's going to shoot in the number 12 and number 13 from the free throw line.
Iverson and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, well, they're number 1 and number 2 in the league in scoring. How about this for Allen Iverson versus the Rockets in his career? He has had a 58-point game in January of 2002, and he's had a 8-point game in April of 2003.
Yeah, I remember that game was in Houston.
That's the last time he was in single digits, was back in 2003 against the Rockets.
I remember both of those, actually, and there's Wesley. Ball tipped out of bounds by Salmons. 60-48, Rockets with the lead, 6:22 left to play in the third. The Rockets have started this run in the middle of the second quarter, and they've kept it going. T-Mac looking down to Yao Ming, gives it up to Yao. Yao's got Dallenberg right on him. Yao takes it inside, Dallenberg with a block. That time a little more of a defensive move. And he leans it in and goes right at Dallenberg. He's been successful. Salmon's inside for 2. So the interior of the Rockets' defense is a little soft right now. Now to Yao. Yao puts it up and missed it.
He shot that one too quick. He was trying to get it up before the shot blocker could block it.
You got to know who's behind you, too. Weber was behind him then, so he didn't have to run. Dallenberg is fouled by Juwan Howard. Number 3 on Juwan.
We talked about the Rockets' defense being spectacular tonight. They have given up penetration the last 2 times down the court, and Juwan Howard with the hard foul on Dallenberg, not letting him get the layup. As the penetration from Salmons comes in, Yao's got to help, and Juwan Howard sees that Dallenberg's going to throw down, so he gives him a hard foul.
70% free throw shooter. There are the numbers on Dallenberg. He is number 1 in the NBA in shot blocking. He has 112 blocks, over 3 a game, right ahead of Alonzo Mourning.
If you're playing against a guy who is the number 1 shot blocker in the league, give him a pump fake.
Alston brings it up now. It's a 9-point Houston lead. It was 16 a few moments ago. T-Mac. That stops it. Stops the run by the Sixers.
T-Mac now into double figures with 11 points. That's what's great to see about this Rockets team is they're playing great basketball, and Tracy McGrady is not having to take over the game.
Weber from the outside. Weber looks as good to me as I've seen him in 3 or 4 years.
Well, remember he had that knee surgery 2 years ago, and last year he never seemed like he recovered from the knee surgery. And this year he looks, like you say, he's 33 years old. He doesn't have the legs that he used to have.
Grady with a miss. The rebound to Salmons. 4:48 left in the quarter. Iguodala down the baseline with a reversal for 2. What a play. Andre Iguodala, who will be in the slam dunk competition, but you can see how long he stays in the air. And the Sixers making a run at the Rockets. This is as close as Philly has been in a while. Houston leading at 62-55. Time to check in on tonight's AIG Big Man Watch.
Yao Ming coming up big tonight. Very efficient for Yao. The 26 minutes is important, I think, because the more he can get in shape, the better he's going to be down the stretch. But he has looked very good tonight. He's looked very strong. He's on the offensive glass. A nice pump fake there. When you're playing against a shot blocker, give him a pump fake. And Yao has made some really nice post moves where he's just taking the ball in strong. Like to see that from Yao. There have been a few shots where he's been a little bit soft, but those are things that he can continue to work on. And as Yao takes a seat, let's hope that the Rockets can continue their momentum.
Well, the Sixers on an 11-2 run, and in the second quarter, Philadelphia shot only 3 of 17. Here in the third, the Sixers are 7 of 10. So Stromile Swift in the game now for Yao Ming. You really need McGrady to get going.
Well, you haven't needed him up to this point, but now that Yao is sitting on the bench with 4.5 minutes left in the third, now is T-Mac's time to really take over.
And an offensive foul on Juwan Howard, and that's 4 fouls on Juwan. So Chuck Hayes will get off the bench.
You hate a call like that if you're Juwan Howard, a moving screen, and then you see the youngster coming in to check in for you. Not a good feeling.
Weber to Iverson. Iverson draws a foul from Austin. So he'll shoot 2 more free throws.
Allen Iverson.
And Austin's got 4 fouls.
Yeah, well, Austin has been playing some very good defense on Allen Iverson tonight. And this pump fake from Allen was big time right there. There's some contact, and Allen takes the ball up, but Allen Iverson is relentless. He hasn't been shooting the ball well tonight. He's 4 for 14 from the field, but he does not quit. He will continue to try to put points up on the board. And when you're playing defense against Allen Iverson, you're not going to be able to take 1 minute off during the game.
Matt, if David Wesley's coming into the game now for Austin, who's going to guard Iverson?
Well, I would think that Luther Head would try to stay with Iverson. I don't think David Wesley is quick enough anymore. Allen Iverson is so quick, and I've been very impressed with the defense that Rafer's played on him. But if David's going to guard him, he's going to go right by David every time.
That's a 13-2 run now by the 76ers. This has been a game with 2 big runs by Houston in the second period, and now by Philly. And it's just a 5-point game. 16 on the shot clock. Got to to get the ball in, David, and he has to call a timeout. No one was moving. Everybody was standing still.
Hopefully you can't read lips.
Well, if you're a lip reader, cover your eyes.
Everyone was just standing around. And,
they're just standing there.
And Jeff Van Gundy is livid, going, we've got an inbounds play. Won't somebody run it?
Well, this is a point now where, look, you got two rookies in the game. And it's time now, I think, for Wesley. It's time for McGrady to try to take over. The problem with that is the Sixers have had a pretty good plan on him, double-teaming, haven't they, Matt?
Yeah, they've played some good defense on Tracy McGrady, and they're forcing the other players to make something happen. And here's an interesting thing. Yao Ming checks back into the game for Chuck Hayes. So Jeff Van Gundy takes that 20-second timeout opportunity to put Yao back in.
Well, Philly led 31-21. Houston went on a 39-13 run. Then Philly answers with a 13-2 run right now to get back in the game.
And that's something that you're going to have to deal with if you're the Rockets and you pick up the tempo of the game with your offense. There's more possession, so that gives another team a chance to get back in the game.
Miles Swift misses the shot. He got a good look. Weber misses, and the rebound goes to Yao Ming. Luther Head almost out-jumped Yao for the ball. That's 6 rebounds for Yao. He wants it. D'Alembert right behind him. Yao works it inside. One-on-one defense over D'Alembert for 2. Yao Ming with 19 points to lead the Rockets.
Yao's played 27 minutes so far. He doesn't look like he's getting too tired. That was a very strong move inside.
And an offensive foul is called on Salmons.
David Wesley is a very good post defender, even at 6'1". He will not give up any ground. And when Salmons knocks his arm away and knocks David Wesley down, that's an easy call for the official.
Kevin Ollie will check into the game now for the Sixers. Kevin's a veteran of 8 years in the NBA out of UConn. Ollie will match up with Luther Head. Coming off a pick, McGrady. Tough shot, short.
McGrady's saying that ball was tipped. Iguodala played great defense on that, and T-Mac saying that ball was tipped.
McGrady now 5 of 14. Yao 6 of 15, and yet the Rockets still lead. 64-57. Iverson at the top over to Weber. Weber misses, and the rebound goes to Kevin Ollie. Iverson with a 3, and T-Mac with a rebound.
Sixers still have not made a 3 yet tonight, 0 for 4.
And traveling called on Yao Ming. Well, you know, this certainly isn't a work of art if you talk about basketball games. So you just try to win it, don't you?
Yep. Well, Yao is trying to move too quickly. He's trying to get to the basket before Iguodala can block his shot. He doesn't need to do that. He needs to slow down and use his power.
Weber tried to force it inside. Now Weber on the drive, gets around Miles Swift, misses. Good defense by Stroh, bodied up. T-Mac gets a big pick from Yao Ming. T-Mac keeps going, gives it up to Yao, and it's taken away. Boy, just turnover after turnover on both sides. Kevin Ollie, another turnover. Up ahead now to Luther Head, and Luther is stripped of the ball. Wesley gets it back, and it's stolen by Iverson. In fact, it was almost handed to him. And now a trip by Wesley. My goodness gracious. Let's start this one over again.
Okay, let's watch. There's a turnover. Yao with good hands. David Wesley runs the fast break. David Wesley gets the ball, and he turns it over. Allen Iverson going the other way, looking for someone to pass to, and David Wesley just runs right over him. There's a foul. Finally, we stopped making turnovers. I think they were cherry flavored, by the way, and Allen Iverson will go to the line for 2.
Well, the problem for the Rockets now, they've got Alston with 4, Wesley with 4, and Howard with 4. 12 turnovers for Houston, 20 turnovers for the Sixers.
Allen Iverson, 12 for 16 from the free throw line. And that 20 turnovers ties a season high for the Sixers. And you mentioned, Bill, that they're number 3 in the league in fewest turnovers.
Only 13 a game. 64-59. Again, a 5-point Houston lead. Luther Head trying to get it to Yao. Dallenberg is fronting Yao. He can't get to the ball. Now Luther. Nice pass to Stromile. Swift. And he does the rest. Stromile with 5 points, 3 rebounds. Iverson at the three-point line on the drive. And another whistle. Stromile. Swift with his second foul of the game. And Iverson will attempt his 18th free throw of the game.
He just does not quit.
Why don't we just come out early and watch him shoot free throws tonight?
Well, he's relentless. He'll take the ball to the basket for the entire game. And he knows he's not shooting the ball well. 4 for 15 from the field. But he realizes as a scorer, he can get 3 points from the free throw line.
Maybe they're hoping they'll wear his arm out. His season high of free throw attempts is 21. He's now 15 of 19. He's a 77% free throw shooter. Back to a 5-point Houston lead. Luther Head to McGrady. Yao takes it to the basket, and Dallenberg got it again.
That's number 4 for block shots for Dallenberg.
He averages over 3 a game. Iguodala looking to go inside. And a foul is called on Stromile Swift.
When you're playing defense on anybody who's driving to the basket like that, you want to just get your hands up and make that guy make a tough shot over you. Stromile Swift didn't need to foul him right there. That was going to be a very tough shot. You just want to get your hands up and just force that player to make that tough shot over you.
Andre Iguodala came out early at Arizona. Number 1 draft choice of the Sixers a couple of years ago. So far in this game, he has 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, making 8 points. And this is as close as Philly's been in a while. It's a 3-point game with 34 seconds left to play in the quarter. Stromile Swift is fouled by Bradley.
Michael Bradley does not have the lateral quickness to stay with Stromile Swift, and Stromile saw that when he had the ball up top and was able to draw that foul.
That was the 14th foul on Philly, so both teams will be in the penalty for the final 27 seconds. Rockets will have 15 on the shot clock.
Allen Iverson 15 for 19 from the free throw line. The Rockets 11 for 15 from the free throw line.
T for a 3 and missed it. Randolph chases it down, so the Sixers now with a chance to tie this game with a 3 in the final 10 seconds of the quarter. Iverson goes for the tie, misses, and the rebound to Swift, and he threw it the length of the court. So the Rockets led by 16 points at 60-44, but the Sixers closed the third quarter with a 19-6 run. Dunks everywhere.
At the start of the fourth quarter, the Rockets hold a 3-point lead over the Sixers. And in recent games, the pick and roll has been very effective for the Rockets. And now, in tonight's game, you see Luther Head is trying to make a pass into Yao Ming. Go ahead and run it. But the defender is fronting Yao. Go ahead and run the. With that fronting, Yao can't get the ball, so the Rockets are going to run a pick and roll. I'll stop it right there. There is Stromile Swift's defender. As Stromile rolls, he has a wide open. Go ahead and run it. Wide open lane to the basket. The defender stays with Yao, and Stromile gets a dunk. The pick and roll is still effective with Yao in the game.
Well, the Sixers win the third quarter 27-22, and the Sixers will have the ball to start the fourth. Kyle Korver on the drive, short on the shot. Korver gets it back, short again, and Yao finally comes out of there with it, and he's fouled again. This time Randolph got him.
Now Korver's struggling. He's got 0 for 4. See, Rafer Alston's not struggling. Great game for him so far. Career high 5 steals, and then the Sixers turning the ball over.
Well, Rafer, the fouls really are what set him down. He got 4 fouls and had to sit down. Now McGrady will handle the ball. Kevin Ollie right up on top of T-Mac. Double team on Tracy. They go to Wesley, swinging around to Luther Head. Down to Yao Ming. Yao works on Bradley. In and out, won't go. Well, Yao just can't buy a basket. 6 of 17 for Yao Ming.
Remember, he really struggled in the second half of the Knicks game, too.
Iverson takes it down the lane to Ollie. And 3 seconds. There were several Sixers you could have called 3 seconds on. When Iverson drove it in the lane, everybody froze. So he had a couple of people he could pick from. Mo Cheeks can't figure this out. Look at that. 21 turnovers, and the Sixers are still in the game. Normally you have 21 turnovers, you're way back.
Look at that defense.
Yeah.
On Tracy. They're just, Kevin Ollie's just running around with Tracy, not letting him get anywhere.
And T-Mac misses. Right at the buzzer. Korver from the parking lot. That was a little far out. Ollie on T-Mac reminds me of the movie Hoosiers when he asked him what kind of gum was he chewing.
Yeah, remember?
I mean, Ollie hasn't left T-Mac. He's staying right up on top of it. Now Swift gives T-Mac a pick, back to Strohmeyer, and a charge by Strohmeyer Swift. These two teams look like they're playing on roller skates.
These two teams are definitely baking a lot of turnovers, and as the pick and roll comes and Strohmeyer rolls, Bradley gets in there and draws the charge.
That's the 4th foul on Strohmeyer Swift. Iverson, and another foul on Strohmeyer Swift. If you just breathe on Allen Iverson tonight, they're going to call a foul. It's almost like he's got a little protective shield around him. And so Swift picks up his 5th foul of the game. He'll go to the bench. Juwan Howard and Rafer Alston check in for Houston, and Tracy's going to sit down for a minute. He needs a breather.
And look at this. Rafer Alston has been playing defense on Allen Iverson all night, but here he's off on Kevin Ollie.
Well, Ollie misses. Yao with the rebound. Now it's going to be up, the way they defensed Iverson then, it's going to be up to Ollie or one of the wingmen to hit that open shot. 66-63. We've been frozen on those two numbers for a while. Juwan. Yao. Yao down the baseline. Put it up with the left hand and missed it. Juwan had it and lost it.
Yao's making some good moves. He's just not able to get the ball in the basket. Yesterday's game in New York, Yao did not make a basket in the second half. This move here, very strong.
Yeah, it was.
Just blew the layup.
So we've gone about 3 minutes without a basket, without a point. Iverson. He forced to shoot a 3 and is tipped out of bounds by Juwan Howard.
We get back to talking about Yao. He did not make a basket yesterday in the second half. Today in the second half, he's 3 for 9.
Now Weber will come in for Bradley. Kyle Korver will bring it in, a fresh 24 seconds for Philly.
Their team's setting basketball back 50 years with their...
Iverson misses a layup.
With their over in the fourth quarter so far.
11 straight misses for the Sixers. A 11 straight misses. The Rockets have missed 5 in a row. Weber. He misses. Well, this could be your final score. And the Rockets would take it, wouldn't they, man?
Yeah, the Rockets would. And look at the rebounds there. The Sixers are killing the Rockets on the board.
Yao said, block this.
Yeah.
I've never seen a more determined look on Yao Ming's face. He took that right at D'Alembert. 7 for 19 now, and a timeout taken by the Sixers. It's been a game of frustration on both sides, and the Rockets lead it by 5. 8:28 left to play in the game. The Rockets lead at 68-63. Let's take a look at tonight's Progressive Insurance Group Above the Rim replay.
Well, Stromile Swift plays above the rim, and here he goes with the left hand and stretches out for a nasty dunk. That's the way I like to see it done. Whenever Stromile's around the basket, he goes hard and tries to flush everything.
Kyle Korver misses a 3, and now Philadelphia has missed 13 straight shots. And yet the Rockets lead by only 5 because the Rockets are only 1 for 4 in this quarter. Play for Austin. Back to Luther Head, down to Yao Ming. Yao has D'Alembert behind him. Shoots over D'Alembert. 2 baskets in a row, and look at Yao Ming. Shakes that fist in determination.
Well, he was frustrated there in the third quarter. He was 3 for 9, and he was mad at himself for missing some easy shots, and now he's really picked it up.
The Rockets falling back on their defense now. Iverson, no foul.
That one actually was a foul.
Iverson takes it inside. And a foul is called this time, and Iverson will go to the free throw line for free throws number 20 and 21. Luther Head with the foul.
Iverson with the shake, goes left, and Luther did not need to foul him right there. Looked like Luther got a lot of basketball, but they're going to blow that whistle every time. Forced Allen to make that layup over Yao Ming.
Yeah, because Yao doesn't have any fouls. So this is one of those occasions where you might want to let him be your safety valve.
Yep. Yao was there with good help defense. You gotta rely on your teammates.
So Yao Ming with a double-double with that last basket. He has 23 points and 10 rebounds. Iverson, and that ties his free throw attempt record this season of 21 free throw attempts. He's 17 of 21 from the line.
So he's made more free throws than the Rockets' entire team has attempted.
That's right.
The Rockets have 15 attempts. AI with 17 makes.
Luther Head down the lane. Switch it around. Wesley repositions. Got it. Great job by David Wesley to reposition for the 2. David with 19 points yesterday against the Knicks. Kicked ball by Houston. 9 points tonight for Wesley. He's been hitting some big baskets for the Rockets over the last couple of weeks. Salmons has the ball knocked into the air. Yao's got it. Yao up ahead to Juwan Howard, and Iverson lost the ball and then into the lap of a fan.
Well, those 2 boys right there.
They'll never forget that.
They'll never forget that. Allen Iverson in their laps. But Yao Ming with the fast break outlet, and of course Juwan Howard is not the guy you want to outlet it to, but those two boys, that's the time of their life right there.
You really have to admire that hustle. Iverson just gives up his body on both ends of the court. Really a tough guy, isn't he?
I don't understand how he can play 10 years in the league and only miss a handful of games.
Yeah.
Playing the way he plays.
Luther gives it up to Rafer. Now Juwan's way out there with him. The Rockets don't know what play they want to run. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Run the Yao Ming play. There it is. He sealed off D'Alembert nicely, didn't he?
That was a well-designed play, and Yao just went right to the front of the rim and posted up. Watch as Yao rolls on this, and it's a high-low pass from Juwan. Yao just posts up inside, and D'Alembert is so deep he's got to foul him.
5 seconds. Well, the Rockets have just really had problems bringing the ball in tonight, and it frustrates that man right there because he has a whole package of inbound plays.
He's got a whole playbook full of those inbounds plays, but his team is not running them with any urgency. That's the one time you got 5 seconds to get it in. You got to run it quick.
Weber takes it inside. Jump hooks it up. Misses. Rebound to Alston. In the last 10 minutes, Philadelphia has not made a field goal. 0 for 14.
Did you say 10 minutes?
The last 10 minutes, the Sixers are without a field goal. Jawan hits from the outside. Boy, the Rockets are just playing smothering defense. 74-65. 9-point lead by Houston. John Salmon draws a double team. Iguodala throws it away to Wesley. In a tough game like this, it's a force of wills, isn't it, Matt?
Yep, and look at Rafer running his team. He had a fast break opportunity, but he said, no, let's slow it down. Let's get a good shot. Yao's been tough inside. I like the smarts that Rafer is showing at the point guard position tonight.
4 seconds, down to 3. Luther Head puts up a three-pointer and just missed it. John Salmon's back to Iverson. Iverson back to Weber. Weber takes it inside and a foul on Yao Ming. So Philadelphia has gone over 10 minutes without a field goal. The Rockets trying to win this one with defense. 74-65 Houston. You want to see an unusual statistic? You got it, Matt.
23 turnovers for the Sixers is a season high, and they have more turnovers than they have baskets made. They scored 27 points in the first quarter. They scored 9 in the second. They scored 27 points in the third. They have 2 so far in the fourth.
That'll put more gray hairs on the top of that head.
Look at him. He's going, what in the heck is going on?
I know it. Well, a lot of it has to do with the Rockets' defense. And when you get into a game like this, a lot of people say, well, it's ugly. Well, it is, but it's a test of wills. Who's the toughest team? And right now, the Rockets are trying to prove that. And Weber gets the free throw. Well, the all-time leading rebounder, of course, a lot of people forget that Rudy T was one of the best rebounders in basketball when he was in the league. And Juwan Howard and Chris Webber trail Rudy T. That's why they retired his jersey at Michigan.
Rudy averaged 30 points and 15 rebounds his senior season at Michigan.
Wasn't too bad, was it?
That's some serious numbers right there.
Got him a first-round draft pick by the San Diego Rockets. And then came to Houston. The rest is history. All right, here we go now. The Rockets back on the offense. Yao Ming tried a tough pass. Juwan Howard saves it outside. Rafer Alston tries for his 5th three of the game, and there it is. A new career high for Rafer Alston. 5 three-pointers in this game, 17 points. Salmons to the basket, and the foul on Yao Ming. That's his second of the game.
The Sixers continue to attack the basket. That's the only way they can put any points on the board is from the free throw line.
Now, Salmons didn't care whether he made that. He was just trying to make contact with Yao so he could get to the line. They've shot 30 free throws, Philadelphia.
And they've made, they're 26 for 31 now, for 84%. So that's the only reason why they're still in this game.
Rockets have been to the line only 15 times, half the number of times Philly had. 77-69 Houston, 4:52 and counting left to play in this game. Rockets trying to win their 4th game in a row. Rafer Alston trying to get T-Mac, set him a pick. He does, gives it back to Tracy. Yao Ming takes it up, he's fouled. Are you telling me Tracy McGrady didn't get fouled then?
Look at Tracy just standing there going, hello, is anyone watching? Tracy McGrady on this roll takes the ball in, and there's contact all over.
Well, he put a right hand on his hip.
And then Yao right there for the rebound, but T-Mac there's all kinds of contact right there. They might have called that flagrant if Allen Iverson would have gone in there with that.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Dallenberg's got 5 fouls.
He should have about 8.
Look at those free throws in the second half.
How about Yao Ming? He is perfect from the free throw line. 9 of 9 for Yao, who came into this game shooting 83%. And Philadelphia still without a field goal now, Matt, for the last 12 minutes. Iverson tries to stop it. It won't. And it rattles out. This is unbelievable.
Setting basketball back about 50 years with that shooting.
Well, I don't know if it's Rockets defense may have something to do with it, but
well, the Rockets defense is good, but it's not that good.
Juwan Howard, they look down to Yao Ming. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Luther head back to Juwan Howard. Rafer Alston on the drive with a teardrop for 2. What a game Rafer Alston is playing for the Rockets. 19 points, 5 3-pointers, and 7 assists for Rafer Alston.
Rafer Alston's best game of the year tonight.
Yes, indeed.
Remember, he also has been playing defense on Allen Iverson most of the game.
Dallenberg with a rebound. Weber gets it back, fresh 24 for the Sixers. Weber cut off by Juwan Howard. Gives it up to Iverson, and boy, if you just breathe on him, it's going to be a whistle.
Look, they didn't call that flagrant. Philly only has 6 points here in the fourth quarter, all from the free throw line.
This is an incredibly bad officiated game tonight. Now, I mean, it's a bad game, but I think they get into a rut just like the teams do. This is very one-sided. I mean, Iverson has taken 22 free throws.
Rockets have 17, bro.
That's incredible.
Well, at least we're seeing some good free throw shooting.
Well, you know, Iverson's only 4 of 19 from the field.
Man.
From the field.
A lot of that has to do with the defense that the Rockets have been playing on him, for sure. 4 of 19 is terrible shooting, though.
Inside to Yao. Yao jumps it up over Dallenberg for 2 more. Yao Ming carrying the Rockets on those broad shoulders. 27 points, 11 rebounds, and Philly has to call a timeout. The Great Wall of Yao. This has been changed to a 20-second timeout by Philadelphia.
Yao Ming, 27 points, 11 rebounds in 39 minutes.
How about that, huh? What's that?
You're the dog. Whoop.
Oh, my. That's the worst dog and the worst joke I've ever heard. You know, that's the Chinese New Year, of course, here, dog. Goes on until February the 22nd. And millions of Chinese return to their home. It's really something.
The biggest travel time in China.
Yeah.
People are traveling all over the country. Of course, they've got mass transit there, trains and buses, and their highway system is becoming one of the state-of-the-art highway systems in the world. So.
Yes, indeed. Only second behind USA now. Weber forces it up. Dallenberg. And Yao Ming is called for the foul. Well, Dallenberg just got his 17th rebound. And we have a full timeout with 2:54 left to play. The Rockets trying to hang on for victory. Well, I think Mo Cheeks would like to be up there with Benjamin Franklin right now. He's about to fall off. Philly 0 for 12 from the field
in this quarter. They've missed 17 straight shots. They've made 9 free throws for their only 9 points here in this quarter. You know, if Mo Cheeks was out on the court playing, they would not be missing 17 straight shots.
Well, he'd be getting it to the right people. He was a double-figure assist man 11 seasons with Philadelphia. Of course, when you throw it to Dr. J and Moses Malone, Bobby Jones, some pretty good guys. That was a great team the Sixers had. Probably not as great as the Wilt Chamberlain-led Sixers, 67-68. And they finally called a foul on McGrady. And McGrady will go to the line to shoot 2.
T-Mac's only got 11 points tonight, but he does have 5 rebounds and 5 assists. And the defense that the Sixers have been playing is the reason why he only has 11 points. It's basically a box-and-one defense. They've been chasing him all over the court with one defender. That defender has no other responsibility except for to play defense on T-Mac.
So what you're saying then is if Rafer Alston were having just a so-so night, the Rockets would probably be behind. I mean, he's hit 5 threes, so because of the double team, they've had to give up something, and Rafer Alston has 5 threes.
Yeah, because of the way they're playing defense on T-Mac, they're forcing someone else to beat them, and Rafer Alston has had a great game, and so has Yao Ming.
Weber with a 3 and misses, and Luther Head runs it down. 2.5 minutes left to play in the game, 85-73.
Is that 18 misses now?
Yes. This has got to be an all-time record.
Now, if they get higher than 20, I'm going to be in big trouble because I've been counting on my toes.
T-Mac with a miss. I like that. Keep those shoes on. Tracy,
there's 19.
Guarding inside, and Iverson with the miss. And believe it or not, they didn't blow a whistle that time. And Yao Ming picks up his 12th rebound to go along with 27 points. What a game Yao Ming has played.
And 40 minutes for Yao, too. That is what is so impressive. His conditioning has been great coming back from that injury.
Grady took it up. No whistle. And a turnover. Yao Ming's got it. Yao Ming to Luther Head, and he'll pull it out. They want the possession more than the points.
Yeah, the clock is more important. Run the time off is more important than the points, but I was impressed by that fast break by Yao.
Yao Ming has dominated inside. Back outside to Luther Head. Over to Juwan. Juwan's got to shoot it. 2 seconds left in the shot clock. He misses. Believe it or not, the 76ers have only 21 field goals in this game. They have not made a field goal in this quarter. 15 minutes with no field goals. Iverson finally gets one.
1 for 20 in the last 15 minutes. Well, this defense here, you see Rafer goes away from Allen Iverson, and there's a lane right to the basket. No contact whatsoever.
Juwan Howard actually moved out of his way. Look at this.
Yeah, moved out of the way. There's no contact there.
He moved out of his way.
Look at Juwan. He's going, you got to be kidding me. They just parted the Red Sea right there and let Allen Iverson drive down the lane, and they still called a foul.
Look at that. Free throw. 19 of 23.
He's made as many as the Rockets team has attempted. Well, he's made one more now.
So, the Sixers went 15 minutes and 36 seconds between field goals. They went 0 for 19 for that stretch. Rafer Alston looks like he's on the Globetrotter.
Yeah, he's a little Metal Lark Lemon out there. I mentioned at the start of Marcus Haynes, that's right. Rafer still has that skip in his step.
Skip to Malou, missed the layup. 85-76, 9-point game. 40 seconds left. Iverson on the drive. Even if you get out of his way, you're going to get whistled. Iguodala puts up a 3 and hits it. All the Rockets have to do is hold on to the ball and they don't turn it over. Yeah. Tonight's Landry's signature group player of the game is Rafer Alston, who had a career high 5 3-pointers here tonight.
Also tied a career high with 5 steals. The 8 assists is impressive.
Yeah.
Of course, that's what they pay him for, is the assist, and then the 19 points is directly related to T-Mac, the defense have been playing on T-Mac.
But let me put a vote in for Yao Ming, because he had 41 minutes played tonight, 27 points. And 12 rebounds for Yao.
And also did not miss a free throw.
Yeah, he was 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Without that big fella right there in the fourth quarter, the Rockets don't win this game, even with everything Rafer did.
Now, the Rockets are going to be 13-6 with Yao and Tracy together on the court.
And that's impressive. So a timeout taken by Philly. 31 seconds left to play. 87-79 Rockets. Rockets on their way to their 4th win in a row. We want to remind you, Wednesday night now at the Toyota Center, we want to see everybody. What a matchup. T-Mac and Kobe, and we will be televising it on TV 51. Not FSN Houston, but TV 51.
You want to see some more scoring. Obviously, we've seen Allen Iverson tonight. He's got 30, but 20 of them are from the free throw line. But number 1 in the league, Kobe Bryant, coming to town.
Weber with a 3, missed it. Followed the miss. Back outside to Iverson. Iverson on the drive. Lays it up for two. I don't believe it. They didn't whistle anything. One of the few drives he's had to the basket tonight, but he hadn't ended up at the free throw line.
This is a two-possession game. The Rockets need to inbound it and make some free throws.
Draper gets it across the line. Iguodala with a foul. 15 seconds left to play. Well, they're two possessions away from tying the game, actually, if you want to look at it that way. So you must at least make, one every time you go to the line.
You want to at least make one. You want to try to make two. Draper Austin going to the line. He has not shot a free throw yet tonight.
Who has for Houston? Rockets are 17 of 21.
Yao's 9 for 9. Grady's 3 for 4. Wesley's 2 for 2.
Houston 1836 update, Rockets postgame. All right, they need another one, make it a three-point game. Iguodala puts it up, missed it, and is tipped outside, and Juwan Howard secures it, and a jump ball with 1 second left.
Good call, Bennett.
These guys better get to the locker room in a hurry, and I'm talking about the officials. The Sixers tonight had 24 turnovers and 24 field goals. I don't recall ever doing a game that that happened. And the Rockets, in a test of wills, a tough, hard-fought game. Yao Ming 27-12, leading the Rockets to their fourth win in a row, 87-81. Tune in for our next telecast Wednesday night when the Rockets host Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. Coverage begins at 7:30 on TV 51. For Matt Bullard, I'm Bill Worrell saying good night from Philadelphia. Stay tuned. The Busch Light Southwest Sports Report is next.
We're the second happiest place on earth. Welcome to the show. Dana Larson alongside Kevin Eschenfelder. Hope your week is off to a great start. Rockets continue to roll after picking up 2 straight wins at home. Make it 2 straight on the road now. Jeff Van Gundy's thoughts on the game are on the way.
Well, the Rockets come home for 3 straight now, but Van Gundy might be thinking that the road is just fine with him tonight. Houston trying to make it a perfect trip through the Northeast. To Philadelphia we go, where the Rockets have won 21 of the last 25 over the Philadelphia 76ers. T-Mac and Yao Ming both on the floor tonight. That's a good thing for the Rockets. Sixers, though, on the break early on would have a 7-point lead after 1. This guy's headed to the slam dunk competition at the Toyota Center. Andrew Iguodala with a 27-20 Philly lead after 1, but that's not a bad slam dunk either. From Stromile, Swift bringing home the left-handed tomahawk later in the second. Good ball movement, and Rafer Alston, who went 5 of 8 from big distance on the night to go along with a career-high 5 steals in the game. He had a big night. He had 16, and Tracy McGrady, the hits just keep on going on the coming on the alley-oop. Rockets were up by 14, 76ers. Get it to Iguodala, and that's a pretty sweet move. Shades of Dr. J, the man who wore number 6 for the Philadelphia 76ers. Fourth quarter, Rockets up 7. Howard getting the loose ball, gets it outside to the right man at the right place. 5th of the game, that's a career high for Rafer Alston, as he was big from beyond the arc. The Rockets defense, though, the story in this one, they hold Philadelphia to just 3 field goals from the 4:15 mark of the third quarter through the rest of the game, as the Rockets win their 7th straight over Philly since January of 2002. Yao Ming, 41 minutes tonight, 27 points, 12 boards. He was 9 of 9 from the line. Iverson, just 6 of 21 from the floor, as he had a big night in the scoring department, but not so much in the shooting. Southwest Division standings looking like this right now, as the Rockets get the win tonight. They're 19th of the season. They moved within 10 games of 500. Dallas and San Antonio still setting the pace in the Southwest Division.
We take you back to Philadelphia now and rejoin our announcers this evening, Bill Worrell and Matt Bullard.
Well,
and guys, what a unique game it was tonight. A fourth quarter like no other, and the Rockets just taking advantage.
I've never seen a game before where a team had 24 turnovers and 24 field goals made, but that's what Philadelphia finished with. And What an ugly game for the Sixers.
Yeah, it was. The Sixers set basketball back about 50 years. The only way they stayed in the game was from the free throw line, but 24 made free throws. They went 15 and a half minutes without making a field goal in this game. That's unheard of. They missed 19 in a row. So I give the Rockets defense some credit, but the Sixers went extremely cold as well, and so the Rockets took advantage of that. That's what you got to do when you're on the road against a team that was only one game out of first place in their division. The Rockets have got to take advantage of that, and they did.
We talked about Rafer Alston with his 5 threes, but Yao Ming dominated the fourth quarter, and that was the difference.
Yeah, Tracy McGrady struggled in this game, but there's a nice assist from T-Mac to Yao. Yao, 9 for 21 from the field. He missed quite a few shots, and I'm sure he'd like to have back, but some of these moves here are strong moves to the basket, and one right there. Yao Ming just taking his time, using his power and his advantage that he has over D'Alembert. I think that Yao really played a great game because he played 42 minutes tonight. Coming off that injury, he missed 21 games. To be able to play 42 minutes is very impressive, and he never looked tired to me, so I think Yao Ming is back.
Now there's going to be a little buzz in the arena Wednesday night because the Rockets have won 4 games in a row. They have T-Mac and Yao back at the same time, and here comes Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. That should be fun.
It's going to be a great game. Kobe's obviously having a fantastic year. It's great to have Yao and T-Mac back. The Rockets are 13-6 with those two guys in the lineup, which is very important, and you're going to see a Lakers team with Kobe Bryant and a group of no-names, really. Kobe's going to be putting the ball up, so get to the arena and enjoy the game.
Well, basketball is starting to be fun again if you're a Houstonian.
All right, guys, thanks very much. Rockets hoping the Lakers will be a little tired. They'll have to have a tough back-to-back. They play in Dallas the night before. We'll see you guys again on Saturday night.
Welcome back to your Busch Light Southwest Sports Report. The Rockets win an interesting game in Philadelphia tonight. The 76ers only scored 9 points in the second quarter. The Rockets held them to just 18% shooting from the floor, and then in the final 16 minutes of the game, Philadelphia had just 3 field goals. Final score in this one, 87-81 Houston.
Yeah, the only reason this game was even close was the fact that Philly shot 37 free throws in the game. Rockets win it tonight by 6. And Yao Ming, great to see him tonight playing 41 minutes. He goes for 27 points and 12 rebounds, and he was among the many topics of discussion when Jeff Van Gundy met with the media.
Yeah, I think, Yao's range is not, it's 12, 15 feet, and he can make that, but he's a much higher percentage player, shooter, and getting to the free throw line from inside, and you want him to get fouled because he's a great free throw shooter for a center.
Talk about Rafer Alston's performance tonight also.
Yeah, he played well. He hasn't been shooting the ball well, so obviously it was timely that he made tonight. And again, Iverson's such a hard guy to deal with that, I give him credit. He's sticking his nose in there and trying hard,
Is he doing a better job being more constructive, loud, calling things, organizing?
Yeah, I think, I thought he's consistently gotten better in trying to keep us organized offensively and getting the ball going where it should.